Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I thought about letting Bill Cooksey do that introduction because he gets so excited to hear it. And, I didn't want him to get tongue-twisted right there.
It might happen.
I've been doing that for so many years, and
You're doing a good job.
The voice is hanging in there and coming back. I haven't sneezed yet, but I've sprayed this microphone a few times, but golly.
Yeah, just don't get over here.
I'm not going to get over there. Hey, we appreciate talking to Steve Parks. That was fun. I just sat back and listened, and right now we're going to talk to a young man that undoubtedly loves to fish because the way I understand, his grandfather took him when he was a little fella. Now I think he's not only into that, he's into making lures. He's going to be at the show this weekend at the Agri Center.
He was a high school national champion also, bass fishing.
Yes.
Okay.
And he came up with the company, he and his dad, Genco, right?
Right, Genco Fishing and his dad,
Out
Matt.
of New Concord, Kentucky?
That's right. About 10 minutes from Paris Landing, 15 minutes.
Okay.
If you take your time.
Yeah, I take my
Great little
time.
place there.
Yeah, I take my time. Ron doesn't take his time.
15 for Larry.
Well, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on the traffic on the little highway there.
Traffic.
Right.
But Coleton Jennings is with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray this morning. Good morning, Coleton.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
We're doing great.
great.
Glad to have you on here. And Ron, I know that you have met Coleton and know a little bit about him. I've read up on him a little bit here and about his company. And
well, I have to tell you, I've been very fortunate to be introduced to the company when they first started by a mutual friend, Ty Dyer. Who is now graduated from Bethel College and was on the bass team. But I was introduced to Coleton and his father, Matt Jennings, and the Genco fishing team. And back then, one of the things that they had just come out with that really, really kind of made the eyes open to a lot of fishermen, they came out with a bait called the Booty Shaker, and, of course, that is still one of the big baits. Coleton, you guys were at ICAST this last year, saw a lot of wonderful stuff, but talk to our listeners about some of the new baits that you guys introduced at ICAST, the small Booty Shaker you have out now. I think it's a 3-inch. You've come out with a trimmer shad, and talk to us about some of the new baits you came out with and the colors, because Larry Ray loves colors.
I love colors. I'm a colorful person. That's right, yeah.
Probably the best thing that, in my opinion, that we come out with ICAST that we were really, really needing was that trimmer shad to go along to match up with the Booty Shaker. The trimmer shad.
The Booty Shaker. I love that one, too. That's a good one, Coleton. Go ahead. All right.
We're actually building the trimmer shad in a 5 and a 7-inch. We have 6 different colors. We've got three shad variations, and then some more translucent colors go with it. Also in solid white, and then we'd come out with the 3.25-inch Booty Shaker, which we also make that bait in a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8. So now we've added, a bait to throw on an umbrella rig, a bait to throw on an underspin, or any kind of, or when they're schooling. It's, when they get on the smaller bait, or, you guys aren't too far from Pickwick. That lake's got a lot of smallmouth in it. Mm-hmm. They like the little bit smaller baits for some reason. Excellent bait for that type of deal. At ICAST we also displayed some crappie fishing stuff. I know y'all are, in an area that is blessed with some good crappie fishing as well. We come out with a new rod. Kevin Rogers, who is actually from around the Kansas City area, designed a single poling rod with us. Also, we come out with all of our crappie plastics and baits. We've also got a 12-foot dip net for crappie that is actually has a carbon handle the whole thing, net head and all, only weighs 16 ounces. That's something
that
that's really new and innovative.
It is. Bill was saying, 12 foot. It is a collapsible telescopic pole.
Yep.
On the net. It'll go from 4 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet, or whatever you want in between.
It twist locks at any. It's the only carbon net that we know of on the market that has a
carbon
twist
handle. Yep.
Yeah, I know it's for crappie fishermen, but here in Memphis we have a ton of trout fishermen who fish Arkansas all the time, and I could really see that being an awesome boat net for a fly fisherman.
Oh yeah,
because when you're fishing a 9-foot rod, in a fast flowing river, it can be tough to get a trout position next to the boat.
Make a great trout net too.
Yeah. I mean, anything you're using a long rod like that. But I mean, I can't say nothing. I've got our first net head that we come out is actually a little bit deeper than the others, which probably apply more to the trout guys. I actually have one in my boat, and that's all I use is a bass net.
Wow. Yeah. And we're talking to Coleton Jennings of Genco Fishing. And Coleton, I got to ask you, my voice is about gone, but I want to ask you some real technical questions. How old are you?
I am 19. I turned 19 this month.
I wanted you folks to know out there is hope in the world. There is young people to come along like this. This is pretty amazing. And this is a family deal, right, Coleton?
Yeah, it's me and my dad, and even the people that work with us and stuff are close family friends, and everybody is we're definitely family oriented, or in a smaller company compared to some others, but it's definitely
pretty cool.
A neat deal.
Yeah, and this was your first iCast experience, I'm assuming.
We started business in June of last year, and iCast was actually like my first week of business.
But this was really your first time to experience this. This is not an easy field to get into.
No, not at all. No, the first year iCast was very like you said. I didn't really get to experience the first year. I didn't even really know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
I was a new guy in town. We got a lot of good leads, I should say, to some places. And shortly after we got started growing and building, and by iCast this year, we really got to enjoy iCast and see some cool stuff and really got to push and promote some products. Had a lot of good meetings. It was definitely an awesome deal.
Do you still have that first topwater lure that you carved out of a broomstick?
I actually don't anymore. I actually lost it.
Oh man, you should have kept that, man. When you get to be ancient at 35 or so, I
would love to have it, but I promise you I'll be making some more because that is a fish catching little devil. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
That's exactly right.
I got to tell you. Coleton, you guys come out with some new colors, too, and some crankbaits.
Oh, more colors.
Tell our listeners a little bit about the names of some of your colors that you have on those new baits.
Like Ron was talking about, we have some smaller baits, like a square bill, 15-foot diver. We come out, our regular base 5 colors have been gizzard shad, tropical shad, citrus, a color we call purple rain, which is an excellent Tennessee River color, and it was our 5 original colors. We've also, in the smaller baits, like our new colors that we come out with was a spring crawl, a fire crawl, a red for those guys that, are early in the spring. We also have a bluegill color. Definitely some new stuff there. Also, in the jerk baits, we did 4 new colors in it. We had, like a pro green, a pro blue, Table Rock shad style color, and then we did a color that we call bruiser, which is a transparent gizzard shad style color.
A bruiser. I would just
I thought Larry would like
sit that on my desk and just let it look at it like that.
Coleton, you're going to have all of these baits here at the sports show here in Memphis today, right?
Yeah. I'm excited to come down y'all's way and get down into Memphis and at the sports show that we're fixing to do it'll be definitely an interesting experience.
Well,
it's been a while since I've been to Memphis.
Well, that's all right. It's still here. So,
Colt, I have a quick question.
A quick question,
because you're right by Kentucky Lakes. You're familiar with it, and obviously you're familiar with it. Minnow type lures.
Yep.
Imitating bait fish.
Yep.
With all the Asian carp now, I'm seeing more and more times. It appears that's what bass may be keying on. Fry from those spawns. Any color changes or adjustments when you think that's what's happening?
A lot of guys, talk about that. I think the fry they feed on, but the thing is, the fry that from the Asian carp, really and truthfully, you cannot tell the difference unless you really just stare at them. They're not.
They look like a gizzard shad or threadfin shad fry.
Yep, and once the Asians get together, the bass really seem to not like them. I feel like it affects our offshore fishing just a little bit because it kind of it scatters up our bass because you see Asians come up on a spot, start popping and crowing crazy. The bass don't seem to be hanging around them. The school seems to move. And another big problem is lately I fish Pickwick a lot, and that's another, I would consider one of my home lakes because, I live on the south end of Kentucky, so Pickwick's just right down the road. I have seen multiple pictures of them being snagged, foul hooks in Pickwick.
Yeah.
Colton, we look forward to seeing you at the show.
Yeah, let me say something. Colton, would you hang on the line just a little bit after we go off here? I want to talk to you about something, okay? Yep. Just hang on. All right, we're going to take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors